Hello, everybody. Darryl Kinsey Jr. here with you for Apex to Asphalt for July 14th, 2026. Ooh, why's my mic so low? Joining me this evening is Mr. Larry B. Oh, wrong button. There
What's
we
going
go.
on, everybody?
Good to see everybody here on what's shaping up to be a pretty warm weekend coming up here in the Maryland region, as unfortunately the heat dome has returned. But it's been a fantastic weekend of racing. We have some MotoGP to get to. We kind of shoveled some dirt on Marc Marquez earlier this year. Clearly we were wrong. Supercars was in Townsville. Ford continues to dominate there. I've got NASCAR to get to, the World Endurance Championship in IMSA, and unfortunately the International Hot Rod Association, also known as IHRA, seems to be imploding, and I've got some feelings on that. But we're going to take a quick break, pay some bills, and we'll come back and get right on into the show. Sit tight.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
And we're back here on Apex Asphalt, iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Darryl Kinsey Jr., Larry B. here with you this evening. And we're going to go ahead and get started with MotoGP. And before we left, it looked like Marc Marquez was pretty much done. Looking back at it, he was 108 points below, or 108 points back in fifth, languishing. And at that point, he had just gone out with an injury. Meanwhile, Bezzecchi was running the show. There was not a race. He looked unbeatable. And then we went away, and when we came back, apparently, Marc Marquez, Larry, didn't hear a bell. Because he has come back in dominant fashion. Took a little bit of time to knock the rust off, but he's come back. He's won 3 of the last 4, and now he's only 18 points back in the championship. Meanwhile, I gotta get the names right here. For Marco Bezzecchi, it has been anything but smooth sailing after winning in the Italian Grand Prix. He gets suspended in Hungary for just a bonehead move when he gets into a physical altercation with a trackside marshal. You cannot do that under any circumstances. Then he crashes out at the Netherlands, did not ride in Germany because he's been ruled unfit due to a collarbone injury. He was leading the championship. He's now back to 5th. Jorge Martin is leading the championship. But Larry, right now, all eyes are on Marquez.
Yeah, this is something else, man. I mean, okay, Marc Marquez earned a perfect weekend. Let's just start there, okay? I mean, crazy, right? Starting from the pole, he took the sprint victory on Saturday and dominated Sunday's main race to claim his 10th MotoGP win at this track. Obviously, this is awesome at this circuit. I could never pronounce the name, so I'm gonna try to not pronounce the name. Darryl, I know. I hear them say it, and I'm like, how do you say that? I know. Saxering, right? Is that how you say it? Like I know.
The Saxon ring, I think is what it is.
Right. But yeah, man, with this victory, Marquez maxed Giancomo, which is pretty cool, right? I mean, legendary record here for the most premier class wins at a single circuit. And yeah, man, I mean, this has been something special. There was a lot of, like you mentioned earlier, a little drama and heartbreak. The chase ends in tears here for Alex Marquez. I mean, that putting a brilliant ride in second place and trying to shadow his older brother, but a small front end mistake basically caused him to crash out of the race. Talked about that. I mean, again, this is just something else, man. And then Bezzecchi, oh my gosh, former champion leader Mario Bezzecchi was forced to withdraw from the race entirely. Poor guy, man. I mean, just crazy stuff here, right, Darryl? I mean, what a great weekend though overall. I mean, in immense stuff here. The last corner battle for fifth. I mean, the fight for fifth went down. I don't know if I watched the entire thing. It was such a good race, man. It's an absolute wire. We had Jorge Martin, as he talked about right now, just managed to hold off the defending champion Bagnaia in the Ducati, on the Ducati, and final corner and crossing that line, man. It was an amazing race overall. But Marquez, of course, just singling in on him. 10 trophies at this track. He is coming, man. He's coming out of the fire like the Phoenix right now.
He must have heard our one of our podcast episodes before we left off, because Chris and I were down on him. Actually, we had him out. I thought this was Father Time was immortal. Father Time is unbeaten, and I just thought he was going to continue to struggle. But clearly, that getting that injury allowed him to reset and refocus, because he came back the next week and has been absolutely dominant since. But shout out to Ai Ogura, the Trackhouse rider.
Yeah.
He has run. He's podiumed in the last 3 races. Got the win in the Netherlands. He is now looking at the championship standings here on MotoGP.com. Excuse me. Ai is currently in second, 14 points behind Jorge Martin. So it's him, Agora, and Marquez. Bezzecchi's actually in fourth, but he's going to continue to go down the order. But for Superfile Trackhouse MotoGP team, this is their second go at it in the championship, and have a rider in second right now. It's got to feel good for that U.S. team, especially where on the NASCAR side, to keep it frank, they've struggled this year. Connor Zilic, we'll get to this when we talk to NASCAR, has had the worst rookie season in recent memory. Literally nothing in the luck bank for him. He is overdrafted in the luck bank. Shane Van Gisbergen has been human at the road courses, which is weird to say. And Ross Chastain has not been the same since the Hendrick call a couple of years ago. But it's got to feel good to see the MotoGP team coming along the way it is.
They're looking good. I mean, really, you got to love this, right? I mean, again, Trackhouse, man. Hey, shout out to these guys. I know it's not easy to handle, right, Darryl? Sometimes the wheels come off, they come all the way off. What was that? The Formula One GIF, remember, a couple of years ago?
Oh, yeah, Buemi's tires breaking.
Darryl,
that is
sometimes
a classic GIF at this point.
I mean, does that not sum up a lot of things in life, though, Darryl?
Yeah.
Including Trackhouse this season. Yeah, but I mean, it's sad to say, but no, man. I mean, obviously Ogura, yeah, I mean, great job overall. He hunted down Raul Fernandez in that race, as a matter of fact, in the closing stages to secure the runner-up spot. I mean, overall, I mean, it's really good stuff for these guys, man. Fernandez finishing third. This was a solid 2-3 for Trackhouse. And you know what? You're right. You got to take the victories when you can get them. You really do, because as we say, I mean, you never know. You never know, so I'm really excited for these guys. And what a good race. That was a fun race in Germany this past weekend.
Yeah, Germany always puts on a great fun. But MotoGP, even with the comments about the new bikes and the fact that we're simplifying it for 2027. We are DF1ing MotoGP. You can't say it wasn't. You can't say it was boring. I think
No.
it's been a lot of exciting races, a lot more action than we've seen out of F1 this year. I can tell you that much. But we are getting into a critical juncture of the season now. I don't know how long Bezzecchi is going to be out with his collarbone injury.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his championship hopes are dashed because I thought they were dashed for Marquez, and look where we are now. His saving grace is we do have a pretty long break. We'll be gone for almost a month. We'll come back for Great Britain at Silverstone for August 7th through the 9th. Then we'll go to Aragon, San Marino on September 11th through the 13th. We'll end the European season in Austria on September 18th to the 20th before the flyaway races to end the season. I think if Bezzecchi can get back by Aragon, he may still be in it. But the question is going to be then, what is his form getting back on the bike? A layoff after an injury is really tough in any motorsport. And we're not even talking about motorsports as physical as MotoGP is.
Without a doubt. MotoGP is insane. MotoGP, I mean, look, I'm never going to take anything away from anybody who gets on something or in something and goes extremely fast. Okay. Never. Okay. But I will say, yeah, the bike's a little bit crazier, Darryl. I mean, you and I talked about the insane people who ride pro stock motorcycle and the Harleys and the NHRA. Yeah, Darryl, anytime you're on something and you're riding it that fast, especially with these guys dipping their knee and having to control that bike, I mean, it's not like that bike is a light little object that they're handling out there, so it's true. I mean, it takes a little more, and I guess no disrespect to anybody else who's shifting gears or paddle shifter. It doesn't take anything away from anybody else, but a bike, it's a little, in my opinion, it's just a little more physical. And you're right. So you know what, Darryl, it's true. These guys, they work so freaking hard, and unfortunately, man, these injuries can really hinder some of those, some of those really, really tight turns. And because we've seen it. Look at Marquez, how long it took him to get back. I mean, right, Darryl? I mean, it's crazy. So no, I totally get you.
Injured, and remember, he got injured at the midway point of last season, and it's really taken him up into the last couple of races to really be back to where he was. And we didn't think that injury would really affect him coming back. Clearly it did. And you've got to wonder, especially with a collarbone and the fact that they throw their bodies into turning the bikes. So everything needs to be 100%. And a collarbone, those are usually, first, to break a collarbone, that's a pretty significant incident. And then you got to do the surgery. You got to heal from it, get clearance to get back onto the bike. At some point, it's going to be a question of, can he come back and win the championship and then just come back and save face? But this is a nightmare last couple of races for Marco Bezzecchi.
Yeah, it's been hell, and you really just thoughts, prayers. I hope he can get himself back going, but yeah, Darryl, I mean, it's just one of those deals. These guys they know the risk, they know the sacrifice. That's why these wins and these victories and hoisting these trophies, that's why they're so sweet. So somebody like Bezzecchi, hey buddy, get well soon, get back on that sucker, and let's see you back out there winning some more.
And one more thing before we move on to supercars. There's been a big conversation over the last couple of years about who is the GOAT in MotoGP between Valentino Rossi and Marc Marquez. It's a hard conversation, but I think if Marquez wins this championship, with the adversity he's gone through, I think he takes the mantle of GOAT away from Valentino Rossi. And that's hard to say because Rossi was just on another level in his prime, and then Marquez came up and just pushed that level into the stratosphere. But to come back in this way, having the injury, looked like crap to start the year, and then all of a sudden he's back to dominating.
Yeah.
Got to call him the GOAT.
What can you do, Darryl? There's just sometimes you just got to say it, right? There's, again, no disrespect to Rossi. Oh my gosh. I mean, again, we've seen somebody, a human being dominate and just race so well. But it's true, Darryl. I mean, are we going to keep on having the Montana Brady debate? You know what I mean? Like it
Probably
right
till the end of time.
Right, and that's okay, and again, whoever you see fit. But yeah, Darryl, I mean, to make a case though for Marquez, you're totally right, man. I mean, oh my gosh, I can go on for this. This is a long one right here, but it's true, man. Rossi, he built the house, in my opinion, the modern house for MotoGP, but Marquez has spent his career dismantling its physical limits. I mean, rewriting what's possible on two wheels and putting off like the greatest comeback in the history of motorsport. Well, one of the greatest comebacks, you can definitely say. And again, we just talked about how demanding this thing is. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Some people, I've heard this in the past, Darryl, talking about the myth of the easy era for Rossi, saying that Rossi's titles were won against grids where machinery gaps were massive and primary, rivals, though talented, did not possess the technical, athletic, or physical preparation of today's rider. I mean, you can go into all of that, right, Darryl? But you look at Marquez, and I mean, come on, man. He entered the Premier class in 13, 12, 13, somewhere right around there. 2012, 2013. 14. I look like a dummy right now on air. It's okay. But but he entered around that time and won the championship as a rookie. I mean, come on, man. He didn't inherit the crown. He took it, and I mean, he defeated Valentino Rossi.
When you win the championship your first time out, you've gotta. That is one hell of a statement.
Thank you. And he defeated Rossi. Let's not forget that. He was there. Jorge Lorenzo and Pedraza. Remember him? I mean, look at that. I mean, arguably the most fiercely competitive era MotoGP has ever seen, and did so with like this relentless, aggressive dominance. So, I mean, come on, man. Again, I can go on for this for a good minute, but it's true, Darryl. If he wins another one, I think it's safe to say it. And everybody out there who's the classic MotoGP fan, don't hate me, don't throw stuff at me, don't send me stuff on Twitter. Okay, but I'm just saying, I think it's fair to say that, right, Darryl? It is.
Yes. I think he's the GOAT, and we're going to be watching. I think he's going to secure his status as the GOAT if he wins this championship. I don't think you can argue it at this point, and we got a lot of MotoGP to go until the end of the season. Supercars was on way too late this weekend because, of course, they're on the other side of the planet. Miriam and I recently moved in now that we're married, so she kind of got the experience of watching me try to stay up for a Supercars race. It was last Friday. I was going to try to stay up for it. I got to about the end of the Porsche. No, I didn't even get to the end of the Porsche race. According to her, I fell asleep at some point, and she just turned the TV off and rolled over. I love Australian Supercars. I do not love the time difference to try to watch Australian Supercars, but we have the YouTube thing. We have the YouTube subscription, so we can just go back and watch it later. I'll probably do this weekend. Your winners for this weekend were Cam Waters in race 20, Matthew Payne for the Penrite boys in race 21, and former champion Brody Kostecki brings it home in race 22. What I wanted to highlight from the Supercars so far is Ford has utterly dominated this season. 17 wins in the sprint season. Chevy has 2. Toyota has 3. Toyota's a new program. Not a lot of cars. Chevy has the second most cars on the grid, but there's been a lot of conversation about the quality of the teams and drivers over there, and the fact that Chevy changed their nose changed the nose of the car from this year to from last year to this year. We talked about that earlier this season. Is really through all the setups they had out, and it really shows as Anton De Pasquale is really the only one carrying the water for Chevy right now. And those Camaros, it's a struggle. They just looks everything they try to do with those cars. looks tough, and they are really feeling the switch of 888 Motorsports from Chevy to Ford, because the Ford stock went up and the Chevy stock is in the toilet.
Poor Chevy. I love the bow tie. I love the bow tie. But yeah, Darryl, I mean, come on. Let's get a little deeper into this. Ford Mustang clean sweep. I mean, if this was a chicken bone, I'm sorry, Darryl, I love chicken. It's delicious.
Same.
They picked that bone. Darryl, I think they ate the bone. I mean, they picked that sucker so clean. Darryl, I mean, come on, man. Ford teams absolutely owned the street circuit, man. I mean, they locked out all 3 wins and the bulk of podium spots. Like everything. Seriously. I mean, that's insane, right? You can't just bat an eye at that and go, oh, that's cool. Ford just swept the weekend. Okay, so what else do we talk about? No, that's like the big thing. So, I mean, it sucks. I feel bad for Chevy because it's true. Chevy's had great runs. There's lots of talent, but as of right now, I mean, my gosh, after this weekend, you gotta really show Ford some love, man. And I'm really excited for the remainder. I mean, let's see if the dominance can continue. That was a great weekend. They've been doing great. Obviously, it's been a great season, but this last week, man, oh my gosh, I don't know if you can get more dominant than that.
Yeah, the Mustangs really have found their way through the corners. This is their third straight, or not their third straight, their third sweep as a manufacturer on the weekend. They swept the Melbourne Super Sprint during the Australian Grand Prix weekend. They swept the ITM Christchurch Super 440, and then here in Townsville, the NTI Townsville 500, they get the sweep. For Chevy, it doesn't get easier to try to figure out their problems. Clearly, they have. I don't think they're going to figure them out this year at this point.
Yeah.
But you go into Perth in Western Australia, which is, you've got some high-speed sections there. Then you go to Ipswich for the Super 440. Then you get into the big ones. You're going into your endurance races, the AirTouch 500 at the Bend, and then the granddaddy of them all, the Daytona 500 of Australian supercar racing.
Bathurst.
The Repco Bathurst 1000. And that is a racetrack where handling will be exposed, and Chevy, they don't have great handling right now, and going up that mountain section, they're going to struggle if they can't figure it out. And I don't have a lot of faith that they're going to have it when we get there on October 11th.
I agree, Darryl. This isn't the year. This isn't the time. This is not. It's okay. It's okay. Chalk it up. That's okay. I'm a Raider fan, Darryl. I say that every year, around like week 2. But
dude, I had to deal with the Dan Snyder era Commanders. You don't got to lecture me on that.
Darryl knows pain. He knows. He feels it.
Albert Hainsworth.
Oh,
that's all I got to say.
well, Darryl has a nightmare rerun going on right now. I'm sorry, Darryl. Didn't mean to bring any of that up. But yeah, so as you can see, Darryl knows. And yeah, guys, Bathurst, I'll tell you right now, I am so new to supercars, and I'm so happy that I've got into it. Bathurst, last year was my first one watching it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And you're totally right. That circuit is evil. Like, I love it. It is such a great circuit. But you're totally right. If these guys, if right now Chevy's struggling, I just don't see it getting any better. I mean, hey, we don't know, but as of right now, I think this is let's learn, let's keep on, and then let's fix it for next season. That's kind of where we are.
Yeah. Hopefully they figure out something. I do like Perth. It is one of the more interesting tracks. Not a lot of elevation at Perth, but it's still a lot of fun. These races will be... I'm just going to get this switched over in the local time, because I can tell you how late I'm going to have to try to stay up this time.
This weekend, right?
Next weekend, actually.
Next weekend on the 24th and 5th. And
oh, no, not next week. It's 2 weekends from now. It's the 30th through the 2nd. I know how time works. My favorite part is their Trans Am series will be back in action as well for this one.
Race 1 for me, the Perth 440, Pacific time will be 11:55 p.m. on Friday. So basically midnight on July 1st or late August 31st on Friday, whatever day. So that's 3 a.m. for you, Darryl, on Friday morning. I mean, on Saturday morning.
Yeah, race 23 is at 12:45. I'm not going to be staying up for that.
Yeah, and
I'll watch the re-airs on the stream the next morning. I'm not staying up for that.
Race 2 looks like it's going to be 3:10 my time, so 6 in the morning for you.
Yeah.
And then, race 3 is going to be up, like you just said. Yeah. So that is insane. Yeah. And it'll be 11:45 for me. So cool. Yeah, Darryl, I might try to catch some of these.
Lucky you.
Wow. Yeah, we
love supercars, but we got to make it work on the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you. But we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into the endurance racing this weekend. And unfortunately, a sanctioning body that flew way too close to the sun, way too quick, looks to be on its way out. We'll talk about that on the other side of this break here on Apex to Asphalt on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
From the stadium lights to the stadium shade, the clubhouse crews, the on-field MCs, delicious park food and the summer breeze. Every voice in the game. Catch Dirt and Diamonds every single week. The California League coverage that you seek, with Larry B and Freddie B running the show. Esports Radio is the place to go. From the front office grind to the roar of the crowd, we play it loud. The grind, the game, the minor league life. It's all tonight. Tune in to Dirt and Diamonds every minor league season for the latest in the California League with Larry B and Freddie B on iSports Radio. Keep that dirt flying, and we'll see you next pitch.
That's a little hype package for Dirt and Diamonds, our California League baseball program that Larry B and Freddie B, contributors here on this show, are also hosts of. And Larry, the California League has been going well. I haven't gotten back to the baseball around here. You know, we were, you know it, you got married, you know, those last couple of months, everything. Yep, I don't have mine on today. It's upstairs, but you know, those last couple of months, everything shuts down. It's not wedding related.
Darryl, I'll tell you, like I said last week, and I jumped on here, man. Darryl, I'll tell you right now, you've been on. This is like your 9.5. No, this is actually 10 years for you. I know 10 years is in January with IE Sports Radio. And like I said, Darryl, I think you've missed a total of like 5 times. You're that person who, even if the boss says like, "Hey, Darryl, you could use a vacation," you're like, "No, I'm good." Like that's Darryl. Okay. So your employer must love you, because that's you, Darryl. So when something amazing like marrying the love of your life is kind of a thing, I say you do that, good sir. So excited for you guys again, man. But yeah, Darryl, I'll tell you, when you said I'm gonna need about a month or so, I'm like, have fun. Goodbye. No podcasting for you.
Yeah.
So happy for you, buddy. Again, I'm really glad. And next week, Chris is coming on back now. So
Yeah,
really
he's been
excited
out
for
in
it.
the he's been out doing the farmer role. I was about to say out in the fields, but I don't know if that I don't know if that has the same connotation in 2026, but he's they're wheat harvesting now, so
Oh, they're
I
having
think it's
fun,
actually been
man.
dry, thank God, because I know that was last year where they had a real rainy and wet, really just wet season up there.
But we thank
I
those
wish I could
guys
pass
for.
some of that down here.
No, yeah, I know what you mean, and yeah, us too, and yeah, but hey, thanks to those guys up there doing their thing, man, helping doing what they do up there, and really quick too, thank you for playing it, by the way. So yeah, Dirt and Diamonds, y'all, make sure you catch plenty more of these. I was telling Darryl in the private chat right now, I'm making all kinds of commercials for all of the shows, so be ready, man. Darryl is gonna have one. You guys are gonna have one soon, everybody. So all of our great shows, make sure if you love sports, you guys, kind of like me right now, talking auto sports on here because it's something I truly love from the heart. And I'm watching the All-Star game right now that just started in the MLB. I mean, that's just all there is to
Oh,
it. So,
nice, got to catch that.
right? Sorry, Darryl, I don't want to keep you. But I will
No,
say,
that's fine.
if you love sports, like how Darryl loves auto sports, and that's a different kind of love. I think it's his, for him, it's God, his wife, and then just motorsports. So you know what I mean? Everything else takes a back seat. That's Darryl. Okay. So again, if you love sports like we do, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
I'll say God, family, motorsports.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
the three. So, speaking of which, we're going to get into our sports car wrap up. We'll start with the World Endurance Championship. They were in Brazil over the weekend. The LMGT3, it was a second straight win for TF Sport. This time it was the Racing Team Turkey by TF number 34 Corvette that got the win over Team WRT's number 69 BMW and the Bend Manti, the number 92 Porsche, to round out the podium. And Corvette is starting to get a hold of the mid-engined formula. It's taken them a couple of years, but they're starting to be an extremely competitive brand, as they usually are. But I will tell you, a red Corvette, and with the mid-engine configuration they have now, and it was a dark red for Racing Team Turkey, that's how they want it pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
And by them, I mean the country.
Yeah.
So it's Turkey now, not Turkey. It really looked like a Ferrari, and I got really confused a couple of times seeing the car. But it was extremely quick, and two straight by TF Sport. One of those being some race called the 24 Hours of Le Mans. It's pretty big, I think. Been around like 100 years, no big deal. But they pulled off that win, so that's a great way to rebound after just an excellent race in France. Was not the same way for Toyota, where
No.
Brazil has become their bugaboo with this new era of car. They do not run well at Sao Paulo at all. And unfortunately, they were never in the mix this weekend. 17th and 12th on the day, several laps down. The number 8 ran into issues, ended up 12 laps down. The number 7 just didn't have the pace. Not much to say there. They finished several laps down, actually a lap down to the leader. But BMW, M Team WRT number 15, both Team WRT BMWs now have wins on the season. Ferrari AF Course number 51 was second, and Cadillac again locks out a podium, cannot convert it into a win. Third and fourth this time out, and I feel for Hertz Team Joda. They are somewhat of a privateer team getting factory funding. They've got their heads around the hypercar platform of the Cadillac now after coming from running Porsches the last couple of years. It's got to be demoralizing to run so well in qualifying and just can't find the race pace, but you've got to feel for them. You've got to keep your head high that you're getting your head around this platform and you've got the consistent pace. You just need the race luck to go your way.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, My gosh, what a race overall, though, right, Darryl? That was fun. Were you able to catch the whole thing? I know I had mine on the
I caught
tablet.
some of it. I was in and out during the day. We had to do, house stuff, but I did catch the end of it. I did catch the clip of the Genesis and the one of the Ferraris going at it, going through
Yeah.
GT3 traffic, and one of the, I think it was Andre Ladra driving the second. Genesis decides, oh, there's a space between this Lexus and the pit wall. I'm gonna go for it, and thank God the driver of the Lexus saw him in the mirror, just jinxed back to the right, because that was going to be a hellacious crash if they didn't. But WEC puts on some great racing, and if you have an HBO Max subscription through your TV provider, watch the races. They're amazing.
They're so good. And yeah, Darryl, again, this big, gigantic hats off. I don't want to take my hat off because then I'm going to take everything off here, my head. But I will say, giant hats off, man. That a freaking BMW. Hey, they're here. Hello. Hi. Hey, guys. I mean, what a job by that 15 was freaking fast, man. It looked great. And overall, a masterclass performance, man. Magnussen, Marciello, and Van Thor, obviously, three huge names there. They looked incredible all day long. And then, yeah, man, look at the same exact. Okay, I'm not the only one. It's the red. I'm sorry. You see red, it's Ferrari. I'm sorry. So, but the 34, man, the Turkey team, the racing team, obviously, what it's right there. It's called Team Turkey, right? Like that's their name.
Yeah, but now the country of Turkey has changed their name to Turkey Yay.
Turkey Yay. That's right. Yeah. So Team Turkey Yay, right? And that freaking. I mean, I don't know. They look great though. Same thing. They looked really solid, and I really like what they had going on. Man, that was a really great drive by those guys. And overall, I mean, just solid race though. Such a fun one. Seeing the I don't know. I mean, I guess you can just call it the LMGT3 showcase, right? I mean, it was so much fun seeing those guys out there doing what they were doing, and it was a brutal day, though. It really was. BMW captures glory. Ferrari secures a massive second place, if that's for anything. They salvaged.
They need it for the point standings.
Yeah. Big time. It was a total salvage job with a banner taped over a headlight. Remember that? I saw that. I mean, I mean that, and Cadillac fills out the podium, obviously P3. We talked about that, and but you're like you said though, meanwhile, post Le Mans, the Toyota Blues continue, man, with a nightmare 12th place. Just not a great deal for these guys. And you're totally right. They have not run well in Brazil for a good minute.
No, and I'm going to twist the knife here because now with all the hypercars, which there's about 100 of them, and we're getting a couple more if you haven't heard. We're actually getting a car from Ford and a car from McLaren. McLaren will be starting next year to replace the outgoing Alpines. They didn't score points with either car. So the Hypercar Championship is now level in the Drivers' Championship between the 20 and the 7. Neither car really at the top of the podium did much at all. The number 20 only scored 4 points, and the number 7 didn't score at all. And meanwhile, up top, BMW scores 31 points in the manufacturer's title and brings that down to within 4 points of Toyota going into the Lone Star Le Mans in Circuit of the Americas. That track typically runs better for Toyota, but they've got to have a big weekend because now the advantage is on the side of BMW. We'll switch gears to IMSA. They were at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park for the Chevrolet Grand Prix. Unfortunately, I didn't get to catch this one live, but Inter Europol takes the win over CrowdStrike Racing by APR and AO Racing. Spike getting on the podium there in third. In GTD Pro, it's Paul Miller Racing taking the win with Corvette Racing by Pratt Miller Motorsports second and the Ford Racing 65 in third. And in GTD, Windward Racing, just utterly dominant Windward Racing is. That started from a father and son team. They've become one of the most dominant Mercedes customer teams on the planet. Big ups to the Windward Racing team for all the work they've put in. Vassar Sullivan second, and Turner Motorsports was third to wrap up the podium there. And it's always good racing at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Of course, unfortunately, didn't get a chance to catch this one live, but a lot of fun, and the championships get tighter as the LMP2s get a chance to be top billing for a rare moment in time.
Yeah, I mean, Canada does not disappoint, man. I love this rack. This is a great circuit, right? And there were some crazy things going on, Darryl, like you said, man. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, look, because overall, I mean, LMP2, the weekend belonged, as you said, to the 43. Redemption, right? Last year at this track, Dillman and Clark were leading late in the race, right? Before that technical failure triggered that like a violent crash. Remember that when Dillman got injured and everything last year?
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, man, returning, they returned this year. They executed flawless, just incredible, man. I mean, record-breaking pace. I mean, overall, I mean, on the final lap, actually, it was like I think a 107, I believe. They shattered the LMP2 track record previously set like a couple of years ago. So, I mean, that was super cool. Again, GT Pro, just what a job again. And throughout, like, I don't know, though efficient pit stops and relentless pace, the Vassar Sullivan squad just seized control of the race, man. I mean, just overall great stuff. GTD, my gosh. That's another one, man. I mean, fun stuff here with an hour. I think it was an hour and a half right around there to go. Philip Ellis made that crazy decisive on-track pass to take the GTD lead and hold off the charge of that number 12. So, I mean, it was solid overall. Some of those crazy incidents, lap 15 caution. I remember that you saw that part, obviously, that earlier on, the 15 minutes into the race, was it the number 8? Right? I think the number 8 got involved or whatever it was. And yeah, that was already crazy. And then the there was another one that took place, I think it was just under 2 hours to go, somewhere right around there. I tried to take some notes really fast, Darryl. So but yeah, a second full course caution. That's when Lutke crashed. I think that was somewhere right around there. It was the tire wall in turn 8, right? So yeah, I mean, it's crazy stuff. I mean, you gotta love these crazy moments, but overall, just a really fun race in Canada, and fun to watch both at the same exact time. I loved seeing the WEC and IMSA at the same exact time. That was just a lot of fun. I had all the screens on, man.
So they will get back racing for IMSA. They have a 6-hour race, July 30th through August 2nd, the Motul Sports Car Endurance Grand Prix. This is a great honor for Road America to be elevated to the Endurance Cup status. Everyone just raves about Road America. It's a quintessential American road course. Just great racing throughout the decades here. NASCAR's been there. Champ Car, rest in peace, Champ Car, ran there. American Le Mans Series ran a bunch of races here at the time. And now they get a great honor of being one of the marquee endurance races in IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. So they'll be racing July 30th through August 7th as part of that expanded championship. Sorry, July 30th through August 2nd. I thought I said 7th. And can't wait to see how that runs. Unfortunately, now we have to kind of transition to something I brung up at the beginning of the show, which is the International Hot Rod Association. And I'm going to try to couch what I say here because I have opinions on how this got created and how it got made. But over the last week, the International Hot Rod Association has effectively shut down. It really started last week when news broke that their outlaw National Championship Series would be shutting down after 4 events. It started as 1,000 foot, then went back to 8th mile for everything, including a nitro funny car and nitro top fuel. It was a great place where, and I want to be nice to these guys, some of the more independent top fuel teams got a chance to run for a championship. These are the teams that don't have the big corporate backing to really run the full year and really get up there with the speeds and elapsed times that NHRA top fuel is hitting. So they got a chance to actually run for some trophies the last couple of years. And they got to do that. No shade to anybody over there, because I get it. Run what your budget allows. And we're going to miss that with the IHRA. But the problem with this series is, as they came together last year, between the end of their first, I'll call it exhibition season with Top Fuel, they expanded rapidly, and I will say recklessly, I think is a good way to put it, as over the off season they bought the P1 Offshore Championship, they bought P1 Offshore, they bought the F1 Boats National Championship of the United States, they started a stock car championship and a drag boat championship, basically resurrecting the old Top Fuel Hydros. You haven't drawn money from the Top Fuel yet. And Darryl Cuttle, who owns Durana, who was really was the bankroll behind all of this, you started all of this. You didn't have the drag racing on even footing. Now you're telling everybody you're pausing for 2027. Buddy, there's a couple of spring football leagues that said they're pausing that I can tell you how this ends. You ain't coming back. And if you are, it's going to be much reduced. The problem is you bought up a whole bunch of racetracks. And when he was buying those racetracks, Larry, it came out that, and this is a lot of conjecture and conspiracy, we're going to report on it because it is a part of the story. There's an Elon Musk connection with Cuttle. It started a rumor that all the drag strips are getting bought up, including Virginia Motorsports Park down here near me, that eventually, when it collapsed, they were going to try to flip the tracks into data centers. Now, I don't see that happening because the appetite for data centers is gone. Can't do that now. So now you're stuck holding the bag for all these drag strips. But now everything's falling apart. The problem is you expanded way too fast. Spent way too much money. And I get it. You got an offshore boat. You like that. You had a falling out with the APBA. You thought you could do it better, so you started your own thing. I kind of get it. But now you've screwed other people, is my issue with this. There are racers, officials, there are providers of services, other companies, outside vendors, local communities that depend on these races for the tax base, especially in boat racing, that are not going to get that funding now because of your decisions. I can't bang with it. I can't, and there have been a lot of people that have been writing the stories that, you can't really dance on their grave or, calling people out for having negative things to say. I'm not going to dance on the grave, but I'm definitely going to tell you what the F word you thinking. Because people are out of jobs. There are drag teams. They're now trying to keep their sponsors and figure out where they're going to race. Are they going to be able to get money to go run the NHRA in August? We're midway through the season. Do you think they're going to be able to find the money to go run the NHRA races and try to qualify? I don't think so. The offshore season is screwed. They don't have a sanctioning body to run anymore because you shut that down. So they're screwed. I don't think that many people were running the IHRA stock car thing for it to really matter. Ditto with the drag boats that had just gotten back on the ground. There was a pro tractor pulling league that they had for some reason. I didn't even know they had gotten into the tractor pull. So I don't understand why you went that fast and burnt up all the money. Because now it's gone. People are out of jobs. People can't race. So now we're scrambling to try to put these races on. I think the only thing that's left right now is P1, the drag boats, and offshore. No, because offshore just got canceled. P1, drag boats, maybe the tractor pulling. And we'll see how that goes the rest of the year. But Darryl Caddell has burned a lot of bridges in the sport. And I could kind of tell things were going sideways because a lot of folks started getting fired for no reason over on the offshore side. And they just couldn't keep folks in the drag racing side. Alan Reinhart, who was the longtime commentator for NHRA, jumped over there to work as an executive and then was gone before they ran the first race. That was kind of the sign that something was going bad. The racers and the fans lose out when something like this happens. There's a lot of people that wanted the IHRA to come back. It looked like they were going to be returning to Maryland before the NHRA came. And now who knows what's going to happen. They bought Heartland Park Topeka. God only knows what's going to happen to that track. They bought Atlanta Dragway, talking about bringing that back. God knows what's going to happen there. It just sucks because at the end of the day, the racers get screwed. The suppliers get screwed. The fans definitely get screwed. And they have nowhere to race. It's sad.
I hate this, Darryl. Again, you know how near and dear to my heart drag racing is. I love the NHRA is like a piece of me, and the IHRA it's had its Darryl, you and I know that thing has been everywhere, but you know it's all something that I guess I would have loved to. Darryl, remember when it came back? We were so excited. Like we had a show on that. We were so excited, but I guess. I mean, you said it all. I mean, my gosh, I don't want to just repeat everything you just said because I mean, you hit it on the head. I mean, I'm gonna try to give my spin on this, but yeah, for the viewers out there, I mean, guys, this completely sucks. There's honestly no other way to put it. There is not. When an organization over promises, tries to build an empire overnight. That always works, right, Darryl?
Yeah, that always goes well.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong with that, Darryl? and then abruptly pulls the plug mid-season. It's the people on the ground who pay the price. I mean, gosh, man, it is incredibly frustrating to the professional teams who dump massive money into building cars and securing sponsors for a full tour. The touring staff, obviously, who just lost their summer gigs out of nowhere. Like, hey, so you no longer have a job. Like, what? Whoa, really? Like that? Really, guys? And in the fans, you said it, Darryl. I mean, my gosh, the fans who were excited to see top tier racing return to their local areas. My gosh, what a stake in the heart. And now I'm somebody who has to deal with that. I mean, and I know, Darryl, you're like, every time you come on this damn show,
exactly
I know
where you're going with
but
this.
Darryl, I mean,
Auto Club, which I still feel myself.
I
know. I
Darryl,
feel it too.
Watching an organization though completely mismanage its own growth. This is NASCAR. This was just on the property owners, and they're just a bunch of dummies over there in Fontana for this one. I'm sorry, that was annoying. This is an organization just mismanaging its own growth and leaving everyone else holding the bag. It's exhausting, man. I mean, gosh, why? I mean, I don't know, man. I just
you've seen this in your sport with football. How many? Remember the what was it? The AAF?
Oh yeah.
And how they had to shut down midway through the season because they weren't paying people and they didn't have their funding straight. And then the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes had to come in and try to save it, and then that failed. We're
Darryl,
seeing that right now with whatever this shambling corpse of the Arena Football League is.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one, but Darryl,
Yeah.
how sad is it when these guys in the AA, I mean, really the alliance of, I forgot
The Alliance of American Football. That was it.
AAF. Darryl, I read horror stories of guys who were injured and then just like, oh, hey, we don't have no funding, by the way, so you're going to pay for this yourself. Oh, wow. So you have like 2 torn ligaments and I hope you have insurance. I mean, it's like, wow. Like, did that just happen? You know, these guys.
I watched a couple of video essays about it. It was horrible what happened to them. And it's a similar situation here. Thank God nobody got hurt, but
Yeah.
you're sitting here. You got sponsors that, sponsor money that's never going to come back in. You've now bought all these parts. You've got all these people on staff. You can't pay them. You got to find somewhere where you're going to race, and it's tough. Jasmine Salinas was supposed to be coming back with one of these races.
Oh, wow.
It's been so tough for the scrappers to find a sponsor for their top field car for Jasmine to go racing. So she's basically been on NHRA booth duty last couple of years. So,
Darryl, come on, man. I guess, I mean, you're right. It wasn't, I guess, to the extreme because it sucks when some of the guys in the AAF freaking like went like without a ride home. That's kind of scary. But
that's
yeah,
terrifying.
Yeah, that wasn't very cool. But Darryl, I mean, come on, man. What in the really, guys? Why are you? Why on God's green earth are you, Darryl? What business do these guys? I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. Why are you trying to? Hey, it'd be cool, Darryl, if we went and did this and then did this and then did this and then did this and oh wait, we don't have any money left. Why can't you just do one thing and make it really good? Why can't you do that? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's frustrating, Darryl. This whole thing is very frustrating.
I don't know. I bang my head against the wall because we see it all the time. Too many series. They want to get to where the NHRA is without doing the work. And I think you see that with all the graveyard of spring football leagues. Y'all could do a show. Y'all could do a series just talking about all the spring football leagues that failed. With all the people that are trying to jump to where the leagues that are established are without doing the work. And this is just going to be another story unless somehow the IHRA comes back next season, which I hope they do. Despite all the wild crap that some of the IHRA fans were saying about the NHRA, I hope the IHRA comes back.
Yeah, Darryl, I'm with you.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap up here with NASCAR in Atlanta, and kind of the reason the title of the show. Ryan Blaney picks up the win after a race that ends at about 2 a.m. on Monday morning, and I'm sorry. I got to say this. Put night races back on Saturday.
Please.
I got to go to work. I got to get up at 5 in the morning.
Thank you.
Y'all keep forgetting. And I don't want to hear about the ratings. I really don't want to hear about the ratings between Sunday and Saturday night. This is the only sport where we can't we can't play in the rain. We had a lightning hold of about an hour, followed by about a 2-hour rain delay to dry the track. I'm sitting down here with my wife, and I'm reading Twitter to see when the hell are we going back to racing.
Right.
And Bob Pockris, love the guy, says NASCAR is hoping to get back racing by 11:45 p.m. I looked at my wife and said, I'm going to bed.
That's it.
I can't do this. I got to get up at 5 in the morning tomorrow. I'm going to bed.
Yes,
Please
sir.
put these races back on Saturday night. Thankfully, the race we're going to in Richmond in about a month will be Saturday night. I can't. And here's the thing. If it rains down there, we have a hotel. We can go there, go back Sunday, watch the race, go back home.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do Sunday night NASCAR races. Like, and people say, well, you do Sunday night football. Sunday night football has a predetermined start and a predetermined end.
Yes.
It's going to start at 8 o'clock. It's going to end at about 11. I don't know why NFL games take 4 hours, but it is what it is. You know it's going to start at 8. It's going to end at 11.
Yes.
They don't have to deal with lightning holds. Usually, they don't, mainly because football's played in the fall. We don't get a lot of thunderstorms in the fall, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
They can play in all weather because it's not in a car going 200 miles per hour towards concrete wall. So we don't have these issues unless they go to overtime. But even then, it's one overtime period. NASCAR can have as many overtime periods as they want, and the rain factor that I already mentioned. Move them back to Saturday night.
Yeah.
Please. For those of us that have to work. I'm not a kid anymore. I don't have summer break where it doesn't even matter. Which brings me up a funny story, which is related to Auto Club. I tried to stay up. It was 2008. It was the second race of the season. It was that one where Ward Burton got flipped.
Oh!
It was that one where Junior slid into Ward Burton and flipped him over after the wreck. Well, it rained a bunch that weekend, and they had an issue with weepers. And they red flagged the race at about 9 o'clock my time. I stayed up until 3 in the morning. I had school the next day.
No.
I tried to wait it out. At 3 in the morning this time, I had to get up at 6 for the school bus.
Woo.
I had to call it, get some sort of sleep, and somehow got through class. Funny thing is, I did con my teacher to let me watch the end of the race on the TV in the classroom. So I did get to actually watch the end of the race.
That's a good teacher. I like that teacher.
Yeah. I actually have that teacher on Facebook. I gotta look her up. But,
that's awesome. I remember that race. That was insane. Yeah, that was about midnight my time. Like, yeah. So what the crap? I know, right? Like,
yeah, they had that. They just couldn't get the weepers, and I mean, it had been one of y'all's deluges that y'all get from time to time.
Yeah.
So it just dumped that whole weekend. So yeah, that was rough. But the reason this show is titled "Where's the Line" is because at the end of that race, Ryan Blaney gets the win. Bubba Wallace, on the last lap, tries to make the move around Carson Hocevar. He catches the front of Hocevar's. No, he catches the back of Hocevar's car at his front end, gets a little bit out of control, goes below the yellow line, doesn't really improve his position. NASCAR calls him for passing below the yellow line, goes from 3rd to 29th. Mike Ford on the Hauler Talk says it doesn't matter Bubba Wallace didn't actually complete a pass while below the double yellow lines. It's the attempt to improve his position that was the foul. Where the hell is that in the rule book? The rule, as we have all, and I am at the point with the yellow line rule of just get rid of it. Y'all do not know how to officiate it. Every year there's another wrinkle we didn't know about that is suddenly getting added on to it. Just get rid of the rule. If they want to go down there and crash each other, let them. Y'all can't consistently call this rule. And it's not because I'm a Bubba fan and I'm pissed off about this. This goes back to Regan Smith getting screwed at Talladega in 2007 when he gets forced. And at that point it was, if you get forced below the yellow line, it's not a penalty. Tony Stewart basically took him to the grass. Regan gets the pass. They say, no, he wasn't forced. Tony Stewart wins the race. People are pissed. So then they take the forced exception out of it. That kind of leads to what happens 2 years later when Carl Edwards goes into the fence. Because Carl tries to push Keselowski under the yellow line, and Keselowski says, I ain't going under there. You're going in the fence, big boy. And we've had situations, I think it was with Chase Elliott winning a race, where it looked like he touched the line, but he didn't go over the line, but somebody got called for touching the line, but it's a Hendrick car in Cup, so controversy. I'm done with the yellow line rule. I used to be we got to have the rule for safety. I'm done. Just get rid of it because y'all can't enforce it. You can't enforce it with consistency, so why are we doing it?
Stupid. It's stupid. And yeah, that was the original meaning, right, Darryl? It's for safety. Okay, I get it, but you're totally right. What's the difference between a force? I mean, seriously? Okay, I mean, so what do we got? A gray area now, Darryl? Is it when the dare I say this to have a little bit of fun, but when the NASCAR script writer is Darryl, oh no, that's a force. Oh, that's okay. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. Darryl, I don't know. I mean, and I know it's the double yellow line. I know we can't say the same exact thing for I'm sorry, Phoenix. God.
Yeah.
I love Phoenix, but that's the ugliest race of the year. Like everybody dips on that weird turn. They just all go inside. It's ugly. It's just ugly. It's an ugly race. It's just it's not aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I'm sorry. I mean, if we're all gonna, I mean, come on, man. I mean, again, it's all about it's super speedway races. I get it. It's all about the double. I get it. You can't advance. But overall, I just think this is a really dumb rule. And come on, and you're right. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm also a Bubba fan. I think it's that was really, really dumb. When it comes down to it, I mean, it's true. Why is it there? If we're gonna continue to have stupid controversies, this is where we get rid of things, right, Darryl? Right? I mean, right? If something is stupid, we should get rid of it. I mean, but then again, there's a lot of things that people don't get rid of. But I'm just saying.
Well, we'll leave that for another day. Carson Hocevar, though.
Yeah.
Buddy, you're getting a preview of what your race for the chase is going to look like. He has spent the entire year pissing everybody off, and it came back to bite him in the tuchus on that last lap. Had a chance to win that race, and not a soul went to help him. And I don't feel bad for him whatsoever. He ended up finishing third in that race, but I don't feel bad for him.
Nope.
You can't race like an idiot for half the season and expect these guys not to pay you back. And I'm telling you right now, he's not winning the championship. Somebody's going to put him in the wall. He's got about 30 folks that want to put him in the wall. What happened with Zane Smith is just the start.
Okay. How do I even start this? Darryl, I'm okay with aggressive racing. I mean, I'm a fan of the Intimidator, for God's sake. I mean, like, you got to love that old. That's great. But this is, dare I say, someone's going to call me out on this, but I thought this is different. He's irritating. Like, he irritates me. Like, I'm watching a race and I'm like, oh, great. Like, it's hilarious. I remember in the chat, what about a couple months ago, Darryl, before you had went on your leave. But when Chris was in our chat room talking about, nope, there comes Wrecking Ball Hocevar. I mean, that's him though. I mean, this guy, oh my gosh, he bothers me. Like, you've heard people call him a lunatic. These are the drivers, by the way. So yeah, I mean, lack of drafting is huge. So you are totally right. In these tracks, oh, you better believe you don't have a draft, you are screwed. And nobody was trying to help him out. He is somebody. Okay, he's got it. The guy can drive. He's solid. But you're totally right, man. He's had a season where he's continually just habitually stepping over the. You want to talk about the line, Darryl? How about this has another meaning now for this episode title. Where is the line? Because he crosses the damn thing way too much, Darryl. And many fans, I mean, I don't know, and analysts, I could say, note that, I mean, his difficulty finding allies on the track can be obviously a huge correlation to him just being that way. And I completely agree with that. So he had a strong performance, but overall just was not going to happen for him. And I don't know, Darryl. I know we have fights and I know people get into it and everything. When it comes down to it, though, I think he's just really reckless and just kind of irresponsible out there. And again, this isn't, look, I don't want to talk about nobody. I really don't. But I don't know. This year, you're totally right. There's a ton of drivers who are like, yeah, dude, no, like so. I mean, I don't know. What do you say? But personally, though, for me, seeing him out there, I feel the same exact way sometimes. I'm like, great. Like, is this going to end how I think it's going to end? Because racing is racing, but wrecking somebody, come on, bro. So I don't know, Darryl. It's not that I don't know. It's hard. I want to like him, but I feel like at the end of the day, he's a little too aggressive, and that's not gonna. Obviously, I get it. You're not here to make any friends. I understand that, but at the end of the day, when you're here to win titles, I understand that too. But do it with your skill. You don't have to freaking, when somebody sees you in your rearview mirror going, "Oh, great! I hope I don't get wrecked right now." You know what I mean? Like, let's not. That's a bad reputation.
Yeah. When I can set my watch that you're gonna hit somebody. That's a problem. And the issue with Hocevar, much like a certain situation in the WNBA, which we do not have the time nor the patience to talk about, but check out our show on Sunday, Fast Break. I'm sure they will be talking all about the issues in the WNBA right now. You got a certain fan base that talks you up and likes to talk crap when you do stuff, even when you're in the wrong. It doesn't help your image. That is the problem now with Hocevar, because now his fans, for whatever reason, are piling on Zane Smith like he sucks. Zane Smith won a truck championship.
Yes, he did.
Hocevar did not.
No.
Corey Heim won a truck championship. He cleaned out Hocevar at San Diego, and I'm 99.9% certain that's because Hocevar cost Heim a truck championship 2 years ago. And that receipt came back because race car drivers have insanely long memories. And he's got a lot of folks out there. I know Bubba's pissed at him. I know a lot of guys are pissed. And I'm sorry, this is when I hold the other media members accountable, mainly Kevin Harvick and Dale Jr. Y'all go week by week defending what he does. He thinks it's okay to drive like an idiot. And the problem with Hocevar is not, to your point about Dale Sr., and every time I think about it, Dale Sr. was doing this to win. Hocevar is doing this a lap 15.
Thank you.
500. That's the problem. We're on lap 15. What are you doing?
we have 85. I'm sorry. We have what 100 and 100 and some laps to go. I mean, really, you got to be kidding me, man. Like you're totally right. We have tons of miles left in this race, and for some reason, you are driving as if it's overtime.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, in that you're not gonna make no friends that way. And unfortunately, you're totally right. Unfortunately for him, this past week, you know what? When nobody's gonna be there to help you out in such a vital situation, I guess I guess maybe you stop driving like that, right?
So we have one more super speedway race, and I'll be at Daytona to end the regular season. As far as where we are now in the points, and I'm still mystified about what's going on with Tyler Reddick. He is just falling apart. He's now 24 back at Denny Hamlin. Ryan Blaney's in third. Denny's sitting on 791 points. Ryan Blaney 65 back. Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, your top five. 6 through 10 is Larson, Busher, the aforementioned Hocevar, Bell, Briscoe. 11th through the bump spot is Suarez, who's having a great year in that 7 car. William Byron, Bubba Wallace, Austin Cindric, Shane Van Gisbergen, who dropped the spot. And Eric Jones, that Jones boy, is now sitting on the bump spot. He's got Joey Logano, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, and Ross Chastain. Drivers who I thought would have won by now.
Yeah.
Behind him. That is weird. And of course, they did take Kyle Busch off the standings. And before we go, I do want to talk about the Conor Zilic situation. He's on 208 points for the year. It is not out of the realm of possibility that Cody Ware, who is last in points, overtakes him for the champion, overtakes him for 34th at some point. And that would just be further kick in the pants for Zilic, who is just, he's had zero luck. Like, it was at Kansas, I think. First lap of the race, car gets spun in front of him and he gets destroyed. Just the rookie season from hell for Connor Zilic. Prayers up for him. But Larry, thank you for joining me. We got a lot of great racing action coming up next week. Driver of the week for me.
Oh,
I think I've got to go Brody Kostecki, the former champion, getting it done at Townsville and closing out the sweep for Ford. Gotta love that. Kostecki's on a roll, and he's one of my favorites, and I hope he can keep this going forward.
I love that, Darryl. I'm going to go tad a bit different with the rider of the week. You already know where I'm going, Darryl. Look, Marquez, this is redemption, man. I know we talked a lot about redemption races, especially, in the IMSA race, but I mean, come on. Again, Marquez is coming back, doing what he's been doing, and then actually what he hasn't been doing recently, so just seeing him being able to just overcome again. This guy, we talked all about in the start of the show, so I'm not going to repeat everything, but I will say, what a job by this guy, and can he do it? Can he win another one? Can he get a title? Will he? Will he get it? Because he looks like he can right now, but we got to see it come November.
I'm now looking at possibly getting a Brody Kostecki diecast, but I don't know. They can even ship that over here right now.
Man, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, it's supposed to get here Q1 2027, but man, it's gonna be a while to get over here. It's got to come from Australia, but hey, I want to thank everybody for listening to this edition of Apex to Asphalt. Larry B, thank you for joining me. You can find him at IE Sports Radio on Twitter. Pretty much any show that's going on at this point, he will be around in some shape or capacity. And we're going to get out of here for tonight. For Larry, I'm Darryl. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this edition of Apex to Asphalt. See you next week. Next green flag. Good night, everybody.